Stormy night, a dark and stormy night. There lived two boys. They were Jupiter boys, and they asked, "Is it recorded?"
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Jupiter Boys. My name is Jim Jupiter.
And my name is Quinn Jupiter.
We're two boys. We're from the planet Jupiter. Each week, we get together and have a talk. Only this week, we're not together.
We're remote.
We are. We're working independently, each in our own caverns.
My cavern's a little less spacious, but I work with what I got.
Yep. So each week we get together and have stupid conversations.
So you do not have to.
That's correct. And we flip a coin of truth to decide who goes first in the topic-a-thon. I guess it's going to be
he
me
has
flipping.
to flip it.
Because,
He has to. I don't have a coin.
All right, Quinn, which side would you like? Would you like yellow or plaque?
You could cheat, and I wouldn't know it at all. But
Exactly.
yellow, please.
Sorry?
Yellow.
Okay. It's always read the plaque.
It's always read the plaque. Thank fucking God, because I don't have a topic.
Yeah. So this week, Quinn, as I was mentioning to you before we got on the call, Nintendo had their E3 Direct game thing that they do, where they say, here's the stuff that we're spending lots of money and time on. And everybody goes, oh, lovely. I want to spend my time and money on that. And,
I typically do, yeah.
Yep. So they announced some cool stuff. Like, a lot of it's just, like, ports of games that are already successful. Like, that's a big, heavy component of Switch right now, is just like, hey, we know you like this thing on this other platform. You might like it on the Switch. But
they just poured a lot of games over.
Yeah, exactly. But they also released they announced the sequel to Breath of the Wild, and like I said, that was pretty cool. Banjo and Kazooie are coming to Smash Bros, which is pretty sick.
I saw an announcement for Sword and Shield, Pokemon Sword and Shield, which I'm pretty excited for. I think I'm gonna hold off on buying a Pokemon game for the Switch.
They showed some sick gameplay footage of Sword and Shield, and like the thing that I'm the most stoked about. I mean, like the gym battles and like the stadium battles look fucking sick. Like it really reminds me of Pokemon Stadium, but but like bigger and like better graphics, obviously. The thing that I'm like the most excited about is when you're walking around in the grass now, you see Pokemon in the grass. Like,
oh, that's cool.
You can avoid, like, some of them you can't avoid. It'll just like pop up on you, but a lot of them you can now avoid, like just by not walking into that Pokemon.
Oh, that's cool. You could see them kind of moving in grasses in earlier games, but it was just kind of like they would shuffle the grass, right?
Yeah, well, that's it. The grass would move. In this one, you can like literally see the Pokemon walking around, like just like usually just like the top of its head or something.
Like the little profile of that Bidoof or something.
Like some of them you can see pretty fucking clearly. Like there was like an ice type Pokemon wandering around in the grass, and it was like it stuck out like a sore thumb. And it was like, oh, look at that thing. Like
you do not belong in this grass.
Exactly. It was like, what are you doing here? But yeah, it looked pretty.
So what's
sick.
your topic, Jim?
Sorry. Anyway, getting back to my topic. You know me. I keep seeing these games being released, and like, I mean, yeah, there's like slightly new stories and like new versions of things, but in a lot of ways, it feels like most stories are sort of played out on video games. You know what I mean? Like there's,
I could feel that. Yeah, I could see that.
Do you know what I mean? Like it feels like just like the sort of the same stories over and over and over again.
And there's actually, have you ever seen a trailer or heard about anything about a game called Death Stranding? I think it's called.
Yes, I have heard about it.
Yeah,
that's the
Norman
Reedus. Yeah, and like I think Keanu's in the other one.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro is in it though for an inexplicable reason.
Well, because he's into cool art.
Hideo Kojima, I think it is. He did the Final Fantasies. No, he did Metal Gear Solid. Sorry.
Okay.
He might have done Final Fantasy. I'm not too sure about Hideo Kojima games, but that looks fucking bonkers because you got to protect these babies.
Yeah.
And like the babies are the key to like the future. It's just buck wild. Like that's an original idea, and like that's what they're having to come up with in order to come up with fresh ideas. Is like the most bonkers bullshit you've ever heard of.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like it's either something like so played out, like like basically every shooter really is sort of the same story over and over again. Like,
Oh, exactly.
it's either
yeah.
aliens or like or other people. Like, it's never anything else, or zombies.
To an extent, same with like open world, kind of like shoot 'em ups, like kind of like Grand Theft Auto, where you can, do your bidding on the city and kind of just steal cars
Right.
and do whatever you want. They're played out as well. Like Watch Dogs 2 was just as bad as Watch Dogs 1, and both were just a rip off of Grand Theft
What was
Auto.
that?
Like,
What was that video game? Sorry, the brunt of my topic is that we need to like develop new video game concepts.
Right.
I think we've had some version of this topic before, but I'd like to revisit it. We're older, we're wiser.
okay,
You know.
Yeah.
But like, what was that game that came out a while back? Like a while back, probably, close to like 5 to 10 years ago, and it was like a superhero game. Like, you were a superhero, but it was like sort of like you were sort of a rough and tumble superhero, and you were sort of doing like vigilante justice.
Infamous.
Yeah, I think that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I loved Infamous. Well, I played Infamous Second Son, which is the third one, but it was a lot of fun.
What was the overall plot of that game?
So the plot was certain people. It's kind of like a X-Men style, where certain people have these mutant powers.
Okay.
And you can like choose to be good or evil depending on which good missions you do or evil missions you do. Like each one gives you a different, like, so if you decide to be half good, half evil, they'll give you the same amount of evil missions as
Right.
good missions.
Yeah.
Whereas if you decide, so I challenged myself. Like, I've almost 100% completed that game because I just kept doing like there's like, you could spray paint, so you like do designs.
Okay.
And apparently there's good or bad designs, and it's kind of like a little bit fishy because it's like spray painting is kind of bad no matter what. It's kind of destruction of property
It's
no
still
matter what.
vandalism, motherfucker.
But there's like, yeah, you can make it red or for bad or blue for good. And I always did, I did all of the spray painting in red, and then I went back and did all the spray painting in blue to get the trophy. And so it gave me like both good and evil.
Okay.
And then I went all the way to evil, and then went all the way back to good because I just kept wanting to play the game and just wanting to experience more.
I wrote a paper on how in Fallout 3 there's like a morality engine, and like the more
Oh, yeah.
like, and like the system of karma. And
They got rid of that, and I'm so upset. I don't know
Really?
why they got rid of that in Fallout 4. Yeah, it's not even a thing anymore. Like,
That's
you
kinda
can't
bizarre.
even. It doesn't even really affect your game how you play it. It just affects like how other players treat you. But in the Fallout 3, if you had bad karma, it would affect like the whole outcome of the game. Like, you could change the whole ending of the game, and like
Yeah.
how your story progressed.
Well, and
but
like
in
there-
Fallout 4,
I don't know if you
they're
know
just
this.
like whatever.
I don't know if you know this, but when you did 100% good karma actions in
Yeah.
the game, like if you were to able to like complete the game with 100% good karma, you become like you get an achievement called True Messiah.
Yes, I remember that.
And if you do 100% bad karma missions, you get an achievement. I think it's called the Fallen One or something. And then
That's amazing.
And then if you did exactly equal good and bad actions, you get a true mortal or a true neutral. And so like I wrote like this whole essay about like how this is like a huge like it was like a very religious game in that sense. Like it was like it was essentially enacting religion. But yeah,
Totally.
it was pretty cool.
We should. All right, so let's design the perfect game. Like, let's design a new game that nobody's seen before.
Can I
And
start?
you've
Can I
got-
start?
Yes, you can start.
It's gonna be boobies. So
Boobies?
There's gonna be boobies in it. And,
Of course,
you know-
every game is improved by boobies.
Yeah.
Every time I went to I played a game when I was a kid, and it was M for mature, and it said nudity on it.
Yeah.
I was hoping that in every single scene there would just be
boobies.
random boobs
Yeah.
just popping up.
Yeah.
And half the time it was like one scene, and it was like it's kind of false advertising to put nudity in it when there's 3 scenes of nudity.
There's this game that I don't even know if it's on Switch anymore, on the Switch marketplace, but it's called like Metro Lux something. It's like a very cheap game, which is why I bought it. It's like a noir game, and it's like
Yeah, you were showing me that.
super shitty. It's like a shitty little like puzzle solving game, And it's just It's like Bejeweled, but like with like a noir backstory. And it like there's like one scene in the game where you're at a strip club, but like that one scene just has so many titties in it. Just like
I love it.
so many, like literally, like it's like a 4 minute long cinematic, which is terrible because it's just a narration on a still image with like text, and it's just like, oh god. And so but that 4 minute scene has like at least 20 different boobs in it. So
It's amazing.
yeah,
Oh man.
it works.
There was a God of War mini game. I believe I've talked about this.
Yes,
There's a God of War
yes.
mini game where you can have sex in a
Yeah,
hot tub.
but like the camera pans away, but you like
Yeah,
jiggle
but-
the joystick as hard as you can because it's like,
And you
it's
can
like-
press like square and triangle, and they're like, oh,
yeah, yeah.
it's fucking great. It's
you
so
doing all your
great.
sex moves. It's the closest we've come to a sex video game, and you know, like
Well,
people.
there
make-
was that Playboy Mansion game.
yeah,
I
the
believe.
Larry, the Playboy photographer or whatever, but I think that's like
Yeah.
pretty like tame. You know, like
And it's funny because when the Wii came out, so I think this is Jim's naughty bits. You can't do the effect. I believe it's kind of Jim's naughty bits because you're talking about boobies. You know, you're talking about you want the game to be sexual in nature.
yes,
So I believe when the Wii came out,
And that's the
people
end of
were
the
like,
topic.
oh my god,
yeah. Sorry,
we didn't even have time to really
no, we just talked
know.
about video games for a bit.
right.
So Quinn, I just want to remind you because we're not together and I can't see you to talk into the microphone because I know that you're.
Oh, I'm talking like I'm like focusing right on the computer to make sure that like my levels are good.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I'm focusing like because I'm not looking at you, right? I'm not distracted by
Yeah.
your infinite beauty.
Yeah, I mean, it is very
I-
distracting.
It's so distracting. Just those whatever your color eyes you you have.
Those two
Okay.
things in your face.
Those two holes with an iris and a pupil.
What do you got for me
Do
this
you have a
week,
nose?
Quinn?
I have this week because I am in a new place and I have so many other inspirations in my
Yeah.
domicile.
And you're like you're recording in a new place. Like, how does it feel? Like you're
It feels
you're
very
christening-
strange.
You're christening the podcastness of that place.
It feels very strange that my roommate just came home, and I hope that he's quiet. But he has a very loud dog, and they might be very loud coming up the stairs. So we might have to edit this out.
We will
But
see.
I was looking around my room, and I saw candles, 3 candles, right?
Okay.
I have they're all from Bath and Body Works because that's my shit.
yeah.
And the one flavor of candle is flannel, and it's kind of like a it's
You
like a
would.
fall smell.
That's the ultimate bachelor candle. A flannel
Oh,
candle.
totally.
Yeah.
But I didn't even get it when I was a bachelor. You know, I got it when I was living in the parents' pod.
Yeah, but you're still a
And then the
bachelor.
other, oh, totally.
You're just a homebound
But the other one
bachelor.
is. I wish I was a homebound bachelor. I don't know. That's some sort of song. The other one is fresh balsam, which smells
ballsack?
kind of like a forest. Yes, it's fresh ball sack. It smells like a ball sack right out of the shower. You know, like when you itch your ball sack and it still smells like
Like soap?
soap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
you're
the
like,
best.
wow, fresh balls.
You're
That
just
is
gonna
the best.
like while you're at that, we're just gonna admit that like you scratch your nuts and sniff it, right?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
That is like I do like 6 times a day, man. I do that more than I eat per day, man. So,
Jesus.
the third and final one, candle that I have, I believe I had 4 at one point, but I burned them all down.
You burn those motherfuckers down.
to the ground. The other third one is citrus and sandalwood, which is more of a summery one.
I'm not sure if I like that combination, to be honest.
It's pretty good, actually.
I don't want my wood
It's
to
got
mix
a-
with my citrus. I mean, I don't want
but-
like if I'm drinking a nice cool glass of lemonade, I don't want to just find a plank of fucking balsam in there.
Well, it's not balsam; it's sandalwood, Jim. It's like a nice
I don't want to
dock.
find a plank of sandalwood in there, dog.
Do you like to go to a cottage and drink, maybe a nice lemonade on a dock? Because that's what it smells like, Jim. That's what it smells like. Like a
Right.
nice dock when you're tanning. Well, we don't tan, but when so
When you're
I
burning
wanted to-
horribly.
We're gonna innovate again. This is 2 times that we're innovating in an episode. I believe it's
Innovation
happened.
Brothers, we're innovating for life.
We're the Innovation Brothers. We take things that already exist and we make them worse.
Sometimes. Most of the time, we add a thing. Sometimes it makes it better. Sometimes it makes it worse. Sometimes it's exactly the same.
Tune in to find out. So I wanted to try to come up with a new candle scent. And I want this to be like the candle scent to end all candle scents. You just have to get this one candle scent. You don't have to get any other candle scents. Fuck all the other candle scents. Throw them out the goddamn window because they're useless.
Okay, well...
Take all your other candle scents. Throw them out the window. Come to Cal's Candle Emporium. We got the best candles for the lowest prices. Actually, our candles are pretty expensive. It takes about 8 years to make one.
Okay. So you know what this reminds me of a lot is the movie Perfume.
I have never actually seen that.
What is wrong with you? That is
a lot.
That is a fantastic movie. Alan Rickman is in that movie, dog.
Really?
I'm 99% sure.
If the Rick Man is in it, then I'm definitely watching it.
Oh, it's a very like tonight, man, or like as soon as you can, like watch that movie.
The Rick Man.
It
sounds like a wrestler.
What?
I said the Rick Man. I referred to Alan Rickman as the Rick Man. It sounds like a shitty wrestler.
I am
the Rick Man.
I am the Rickman.
I am the Rickman. And he comes into like Beethoven.
Da, 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 da. Oh,
so I believe this candle should smell like Alan Rickman.
Well,
that's my suggestion.
That's an option for sure. He is dead now. So
he is dead, so you'd have to get like somebody who knew him really well and kind of could like say like sniff something and be like, nope, that's not Rickman.
And that's the thing. I don't want to smell alike. I want the original thing. So
right.
the film Perfume, I don't want to spoil it or anything, but basically it's about this guy with like an incredibly advanced sense of smell. And
he's got a good nose.
Yeah, and he like gets into perfume making, and there's like a smell on. This is gonna sound creepy because it is. There's like a smell on women that he like captures, like he washes them and like distills this smell out of them. Okay. And puts it together into this like great perfume, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but like it's like this master perfume. So I
believe I have seen that movie actually. I watched it a while ago and I wasn't really interested in it.
Okay.
Because I wasn't old enough to really appreciate it.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like it's a movie you have to watch as an adult.
Yeah, it's like Perfume Story of a Murder or something like that.
Yeah, totally seen that.
Yeah. So my first thought when you said like creating like a new candle smell was pussy.
Pussy, yes.
Can you imagine? Like, can you even imagine though? And like, if you light it, your whole room smells like pussy. Like, first of all, that's like a great way of making like anybody you're dating like extremely jealous. Like, you bring a new girl over and like she walks in and just like the first thing just like punches her in the face is the smell of pussy coming out of your bedside table.
The best part would be that you'd like make a false label, so like she didn't really like think it was pussy, like it was kind of like disguised as something else. Like
you're gonna gaslight
cedar.
You're gonna gaslight the young woman you're with.
Well, you don't want her, because if she's gonna walk in and you want her to make her jealous, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to have a candle on your.
I'm not saying
on
have
your
it
side
lit.
table that says pussy.
I'm not saying have it lit when she comes in. I'm saying like dose it over the room for like a day before, so that it's just like
and we can make pussy like air spray. We could make pussy like those wall freshener things.
It reminds me of fucking Tropic Thunder with the bust a nut bars and the booty juice.
Pop an ass open.
Yeah, pop an ass open. That's right.
It's booty sweat and bust a nut bar.
Yeah, it's just like
booty sweat energy drink.
Yeah, just so horrible.
Like it's gonna taste so bad.
Yeah.
Booty sweat. It's not even like appealing.
Oh Jesus Christ, that's so gross.
Al Pacino got that pussy control. Man, I really thought when I went to theaters, I really thought those were real trailers.
Did you really?
Like well, at first, like I was like, what the fuck was that advertisement? And then I realized that it was just the actors in the first one I was like, is that a real fucking thing?
Yeah, it's pretty great. Like the my favorite is the Robert Downey Jr. Tobey Maguire priest romance movie.
Tobey Maguire, winner of the 2007 MTV Best Kiss.
Yeah.
And 15-time Academy Award winner, Kirk Lazarus.
Kirk Lazarus. And it's just like, oh, Father, I've been a bad boy.
Satan's Alley.
Satan's Alley. And
then Jack Black's farties or the fatties fart too.
And then there's like Ice Puncher or something, or like the Torture or something.
The Scorcher. Scorcher Part 6 Global Meltdown.
Oh my god, it's so stupid. And then there's like one where he has like 2 babies on him. That reminds me of like 22 Jump Street at the end when they're like doing like all of the remakes.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. I like that they just like reference that. They're like, yeah, we did the same fucking thing in a remake. It's cool.
Oh yeah, it's referenced throughout the whole movie. It's genius.
So what other smells could we put in the can? I mean, we've done pussy, done, boom. That one's in the can.
You know what I like? You know what smell I like is like the smell when you first kind of like.
You better hurry. You got 6 seconds.
Okay, so dicks are out.
All right, that's the end of the topic.
Dicks are completely out.
Well, so we've got pussies in, dicks out. And I mean, it sounds like a party, frankly.
Stripper perfume is not a good one. That's an also out.
Yeah, that's also known as Lysol. So we will be back next week with another fantastic episode. This was, I hope it was a success. We'll see how it sounds in the final cut.
Hopefully. Yeah. Hopefully I didn't muff it up too bad.
Yeah, we'll see. It's Quinn's first time recording, so
it's my first time recording by myself, so
and he didn't even ask is it recording today. So
yes, I did.
Oh, you did. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. In my witch voice.
Well, let's hope the answer is right. I mean, yes. Thank you to Christo Graham for the use of our theme music.
Christo Graham asks if it's recording too in his recording studio.
Yeah, he probably does. I mean, it's a good thing to ask before you start. You want to be sure, that you're getting everything on tape, which we don't even use anymore. Why are we calling it tape, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
So,
but it just stuck around.
Yeah, you can go to thejupiterboys.com. There you can find every single episode of the show. You can also there's a store link there. You can buy our merch.
Merchandise.
Yeah. So there's another show on our network. It's called Durf and Deets. It's on the Woodolpha Shark Network. It's pretty fucking dope.
There's 2 other shows.
Yeah, and
one of them
that's
is us.
True. And then there's the other Dave Franco's Dream Boys. You should check that out too. It's the internet's premier Dave Franco podcast.
Premier.
Quinn, where can they find us on social media?
You can find us at I'm at Quinn Jupiter on Twitter.
I'm at the Jupiter Boys on Twitter, and they're on.
We have a Facebook. But we don't really use it too much.
I post episodes to it. I mean, I don't use it, but you can get the episodes there. So
yeah,
I mean, that's something.
It's just a feed. It's just like a Tumblr feed for your
face
viewing pleasure.
Yep. Yeah. No, not viewing. Not really. There's a YouTube channel too if you want to get it that way. Put it in your fucking ears. However the fuck you get it in there, just get it in there.
Shove it, man. Shove the episode in.
And shoot those nuts.
Straight down your ear gullets.
Woodolpha Shark.